Legit agents, what's up? Hey, listen, we've got some thoughts today. We're going to be covering what we wish we knew before getting into real estate. And we've got some thoughts there too, because we've got Ryan Pineda coming on the show next week, which is going to be super awesome. So we'll have that podcast from our Day $1 Zero podcast. We just hit our millionth download on that, which is super cool. So if you guys have not listened to Day $1 Zero, that's our mothership of what we have on iTunes and Spotify and Google Play. We also have it on YouTube. We just haven't really pushed it much. But if you guys want to see us over there, you guys on here, you guys can. But some thoughts have been coming to mind that we think are relevant, and it's just reflecting back from when we started to where we're at now, man. Like big houses, Lamborghinis, Andy Frisellas, Ryan Pinedas, like just having a lot of fun. It's like, man, what do we wish we knew prior to getting into real estate, right before getting in, and like how it correlates to now. You said you've got like 5 points on this one, which is awesome, because I'm like, fuck, man, like I just got in so hard in the paint. I don't know if I even thought I wish, like, what do I wish I knew? Like, I don't know.
Yep.
So I'm glad you got 5 points, because I'm just going to sit here and be a student today.
Well, and I like doing it from a hindsight perspective. Obviously, this is kind of what we wish we knew. But man, when you and I got into real estate, like you said, man, we just hit the ground running. We were always doing things a little bit differently. But we work with a lot of agents that reach out to us, brand new agents, and they're like, hey, what did you guys do in the beginning? And what we did isn't always what we advise, even though I think we intuitively took a really good path.
Agreed. I think like what we did, even though like you don't always advise it, man, is I think we've been afraid to advise on some of it because of all the work and just what's entailed, you know. But like I'm trying to think of like what agents would want to think, and just based off of like, for example, we had over 100 agents join us just last year alone, and so I'm looking at this from a little bit of a bird's eye view, right, of like what newer agents are doing and what they're interested in, and I'm almost trying to like formulate an answer of like what they would want to hear based off of their actions. And here's the deal. I think the number one misunderstood piece is like when we get agents that have come here, whether they've been around for a couple of years or they're brand new, they see what we're doing now, so they want to do what we're doing now.
Exactly.
And it's like, my friend, what I think you wish you should know getting into this is like, before 1 million downloads, before our YouTube channel that generates more than $3 million in 2.5 years and only getting busier, and us teaching everybody around the country how to do YouTube now. Like if you haven't seen our course is live. It's for purchase. Check it out. We'll have some links in the text below. It's all the work we did, man. It was all like, it was Friday night, 9 o'clock at night, doing buyer prezos for people that needed credit repair, living in apartments, but they were willing to work with me.
Yep.
And us, we were willing to work for them. And if that's when they were able to do a buyer presentation and bring everything that they needed for the lender there, because we would bring our preferred lender with us, then we did so. And it was all the grunt work, and it was also just the practitionership, man, of just understanding what it means to be a practitioner as a real estate agent. And doing the work. You're in execution mode, and like, I understand the theory, man, of like, work smarter, not harder. Yep. And then there's some people that'll say, well, work smarter, harder. Yeah. Well, fuck, that's the win-win.
Yeah.
I think that's graduate school. Where I go with agents is you can't work smart until you've worked hard.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go out and do the grind and do the grunt work, do the knocks, do the events, do your kids' school events, do the happy hours, like do the open houses, do the farming, do your social media, document what you're doing through social media, create the connections on social media. When people are commenting, comment back, go into their DMs, thank them for support, all of that stuff, right? You gotta just work hard. And I think the work hard is throwing shit against the wall per se, but it's calculated.
Yep.
And then as shit sticks, now you can start getting smart about what's really working for you. And now you can be smart about tripling down on what's working for you.
I like that.
And there's still gonna be, but that's the work smarter, harder, because it's still hard work. Everything that you and I do now, we're almost working harder now than back then, but not because we weren't working hard back then. We've got more tools in the tool belt now. We're able to do more with what we have because of where we're at. And I think, man, that's a huge.
You're still juggling, but now you got like 10 pins up in the air instead of just your 3.
And you're sophisticated. You understand how it got there in the first place, right?
Yeah.
A lot of agents are trying to create hey, you need a personal brand. Yeah, but your personal brand starts with the grunt work, man. Like in being transparent and honest with what you're doing and going out and documenting what you're doing. Versus, like here's one thing that kind of gets me now is everyone's captioned videos. Everyone can paint their wall black, okay? Everyone can sit in a chair with a camera on, and everyone can regurgitate someone else's shit. And then you can pay your person overseas to caption it for you and then rock and roll.
Yep.
What you can't fake is away from the camera when you're out trying
know
to
what you're
execute
doing,
a contract or manage client emotions and a negotiation process, and you absolutely suck at it. What you don't realize is the negotiation process, the buyer prezo, the listing prezos, marketing, everything there. Like, dude, that is the content. Dude. And that's what I call capturing, okay? Capturing content is like documenting, okay? Everything that you're doing and what's helping you win with what you're doing. That's the documentation. Everyone is so hard in the paint on creating content. Here's the top 3 things for this. Here's the 2 things for this. And you got your lights on and you got your black wall or your white screen and your captions. And it's like, yeah, man, you're saying all the right things. You just have zero execution over here, you know, and you even see it like within some of our influencers per se that throw events and or that claim to have a good following on social, and everyone is so fixed on attention. So I guess like if there's a deliverable in addition to the grunt work you got to do in the beginning, it's conversion over attention all day. You got to make money. Dude, we have friends that are millionaires that are still not on social media. Yeah, dude. That still no one knows who they are, and they are converting. You don't need attention on social. You don't need a suit. You don't need flashy jewelry. That gains attention per se to like it. One, it doesn't necessarily correlate to conversion, and secondly, it's not mandatory to have that attention in order to get conversion. The grunt work you do early on in real estate can create referrals and lifelong partnerships with people, man, that can more than build your business, and no one never knows who you are, but everyone wants to do the flash. So if there's something I think I could deliver, it's that, man. It's conversion over attention all day. It's you got to be in this for the right reasons. It's service based. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. And the grunt work matters, man. Like it's something I love about the Marine Corps, because if you wanted to go to like special operations, if you want to be recon, force recon, MARSOC, scout sniper, fast, anything, right? You had to go through the infantry first. There was no, man, you can sign this contract. Here's a contract guarantee. We're going to give you a tryout. Yeah, like, no. That contract guarantee came, the earliest it would ever come is post School of Infantry, after you've proven a certain level of proficiency and you have a certain level of physical fitness scores, shooting scores, written test scores, and letters of recommendation from your command staff. That's when you could go through. But you had to do the grunt work and prove proficient there first. And like, not every branch does that. And man, it's so vital. And if there's anything that I love about the Marine Corps most outside of my Marines, it's that.
And I wish that the barrier of entry to real estate, it was 10 times higher than it is now. I think that's one of the biggest issues that you have, is just how easy it is to get your license and the high potential for reward on the back end. But just a few of these points, man, a lot of them are just, they're theoretical. They're not like technical. It's not, oh, hey, do this to do this. It's just things that we developed and learned as we were kind of going through it that I think really benefited our business. The first one, a lot of agents may not realize it, but you've got to be a broker of everything, right? Not just a house, but be a broker of everything. What kind of value? You want to be the guy or the girl who knows a guy or girl all the time. That's how we keep our clients calling us year round.
Dude, I love that. No, you're right, because people only buy houses every 3 to 5 years at most often, right? Like people will have referrals for you and different stuff, but a lot of times just being top of mind and being topic of discussion, because no matter what's going on with their house or someone else's house, or they need a car or whatever, like they know Will and Eli got a guy. So many times I've gotten like calls from our clients and it's not even close to real estate, but they know. I got a guy. And guess what? I do got a guy.
Yeah, you do. A good guy too.
But dude, it keeps that relationship alive. It keeps it often. And you got to find a way to fill the value in between the gaps of when people purchase homes or when their friends or family purchase homes, right? If you want to be that referral, you got to be top of mind. And if you're going to be top of mind to withstand those gaps, it has to go beyond real estate, because real estate doesn't happen that often enough for people to where like you're top of mind. Like they'll forget about you. So you got to find a way to create value for them.
It's true. And then that coincides with one of my other points here is just understanding how much of a problem solver you need to be throughout a transaction. And sometimes that problem you need to solve requires knowing a guy. Sometimes that problem you need to solve requires writing a freaking check and paying for something to get a deal done. Again, just, hey, what is the mission? It's not to make the most amount of money. It's to keep our clients happy and get them the home that we know that they want.
And and if you're new coming in, right, just appreciate the opportunity you have, right? So a lot of new agents, when hey man, these people were open to me, but they wanted me to take a discount. What do you think? The fact that you're even asking me that question already lets me know what you're in it for: money, not opportunity. If you're new, I promise you, there's a lot better dudes at it than you, like me. And I'll do it for one. I'll do it for 1%. I'll do it for free, dude. I'll do it for free. And I don't go marketing that. I'll go as low as whatever someone needs to make it make sense for them before I let another realtor have the listing.
Hell yeah, man.
If I'm aware of it and they've approached me, I'm in to make it work. Now, way more times than not, we aren't even asked for things like that because people know our YouTube channel. They know how well we market, negotiate. We've built a reputation to where people know that more times than not, they get what they pay for. However, just hypothetically for this conversation, especially when I was new into real estate, I wanted to build my brand, my business, and I knew I needed reps. So if somebody wanted, like, if they could afford 1% or that, I just knew that's where they were going because it was a price thing for them. I'm not going to sit here and have death by paper cuts and negotiate half percentages. I'm just going to ask them what makes sense for them and what they're thinking. Sometimes I'll talk in dollar amounts, but if you can just kind of feel they're going to that rock bottom, which is typically 1%. Hey man, appreciate the opportunity. Let's crush. Like, you're gaining the experience from that. I think Gary Vee's talked about that.
100%. You're going to get word of mouth. You get a sign yard. You get to market.
Like, I don't know how I feel about giving a discount. Like, dude, you're 5 minutes old.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You want to go learn on my listings?
Yeah.
So you can just get paid to learn on someone? No, man. That's not.
Nope.
But I'm okay when people think like that because there needs to be a natural part of life when it comes to the weeding out process.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great way.
And a lot of folks just need to not survive in real estate. Real estate's not meant for everyone. Not everybody has the best of intentions. Not everybody is willing to put the work in. And the bottom line is you are being trusted with the most expensive sell or buy in someone's life at that current time. People very rarely go buy less expensive stuff. They're trusting you. It's a big deal. And if that's not at the forefront of your thoughts and a responsibility behind the leadership with that, you shouldn't win. And you asking me how to navigate around certain things like that, believe it or not, man, I'm not loyal to you as an agent. I'm loyal to the industry. I'm loyal to reputation. I'm loyal to professionalism. And I'm loyal to the work it takes to be at the top in this. And if you're cutting corners around me, hey, man, I'm going to be straight up with you. And I'm also like, hey, man, I'm okay if you don't win. I'm okay if you don't make it. You represent everything I don't. You know what I mean? Like, so those of you that are listening out there, doing the right thing is always the right thing.
It is. And, I look at, our commissions that we make as such a good tool to use. Yes, you can make lots of money. You want to keep as much money as you can. But leading into my other point that allows us to make those decisions you just talked about so easily is not counting your commission before you make it. I see so many agents doing that. And then, hey, guess what? When you got to drop $1,000 on a water heater, you're kicking yourself because you've already planned that $1,000 to go towards some vacation or something.
Here's the two comical pieces. When agents get upset about a client wanting a discount, but agents notoriously ask for better commission splits from their brokerage.
First thing they ask for all the time.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, you want a better split from your brokerage, but you don't want you're mad when your client's asking for a better split for themselves?
Hilarious.
That, or when people pay for Facebook advertisement, Zillow leads, it's like, hey man, you got a listing, you have a buyer, and typically it's listings, right? When the discounts are asked, you got a listing, like you'll spend thousands of dollars a month on Facebook ads that maybe give you somebody. You won't give some money back to someone that's willing to list with you right now.
Silly.
All the video you can make from that, all the farming you can do from that because you have a listing in that neighborhood, and there's the different things you can do to make that one listing grow to several for yourself. But you don't want to invest a couple $1,000s to land a listing, but you go pay fucking $5,000 a month on Facebook for maybes. Like, when you boil it down, hey man, what are you doing? Right?
100%, dude.
With that being said, that's all I got for today. I know I was gonna let you talk most, but
no, that was good, man. I hope you guys like this format. We'll have this idea just to kind of have this open conversation. So many videos on YouTube speaking directly to agents. It's a dude sitting in front of his computer, sharing the screen or running through a slideshow. Agents to agents. It's like, we're all peers, and it's just nice to be able to have this open conversation together.
Just helping each other. If you guys have questions you want to ask directly, Will_Grimes on Instagram. I get back to everybody within at least a day, right? I'm pretty proactive on that one. So if you guys have questions, reach out there, comment below if you'd like. Keep it appropriate the best that you can. But I think we'll share some podcasts on here too. We've had a lot of big names on, so we'll share a lot of the day $1 stuff over here, in addition to just our day in and day out lifestyle of what we're doing in real estate now. And we'll also just do our best to talk about what got us started and what put us there in the first place, just to help you guys and to give some teachables and some deliverables that ultimately lead to your own personal success.
That's right. Till next time.
Till next time, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.